Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Hoot Hobbs Show. I am your host, Hoot Hobbs, and with me, as always, is the meme commander, the master of memes, the meme lord of the memes, perhaps?
I think that's a little bit on the braggadocious side there, a bit much.
All right, braggadocious. Supercalifragilistic.
Expialidocious.
Anyway, BT's here.
Yo, yo, yo.
So, yeah, let's, once again, we're back to another episode where we're going to kind of keep things loosey-goosey. But before we get started, we're going to talk about your returning to work. But before we get into that,
okay.
I got to tell everyone, this is so stupid. I had this thing that I told you when I got here. I was like, bro, we got to do like the Peter Griffin, like, you know what grinds my gears? You know, like I had the...
Yeah, he had a bit.
Oh, God, I had a bit, right? I don't remember what it is, so that's really stupid.
And
right?
I never knew it.
Yeah, so I was trying to explain this to BT. I was like, bro, I don't even know. Like, I was so annoyed this morning by this. To which he replies, so it happened this morning. To which I then had to make a more embarrassing confession that, no, it did not happen this morning. I thought about it this morning. And the mere thought of it irritated me, which I think...
To the point that he was so mad that he couldn't wait to record this show.
And then by the time I get here, I was like, I don't even know what I was mad about. So I think all of that is like you're old. It's like I got mad about something that didn't happen. I mean, it happened, but not today.
Yeah, it'll come back, but probably right as we're done recording.
Yeah, as soon as I get home tonight, I'll be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to text Brandon to tell him that way. And you'll be like, I don't care, Peepaw, go to bed.
This is like, what are you texting me? Why did you use voice to text when these words aren't right?
I don't know. I don't even know what you're trying to say. Stop using talk to text. It doesn't work. All right. So, obviously, that is... very silly and also kind of stupid. Hey, maybe that grinds my gears. You know what I'm saying?
I think I know what grinds your gears. You tried to listen to Drake's album again.
Bro, okay. I actually did do that. Okay, so first off, if you don't know what we're talking about, then head back to last week.
Champagne Poppy,
that's right. So Drake dropped a new album. Brandon had me listen to it. It was terrible, but we skipped through it really fast.
Yeah, we listened to the first couple songs like all the way through. I let you listen to the last song, which I gave that to you first because you wanted...
That's Jimmy Crooks with
Jimmy
21.
Crooks. You wanted Jimmy Crooks first because you're like, I won't want to put through the whole thing if nothing else is this good.
Well, and then like if you listen to Jimmy Crooks after listening to all of that, you're like, this song's ass too. And... it happened. The first time I heard it, I was like, okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, all right. I listened to the entire album. Now here, I'm like, that sucks.
Yeah, it's not his best work.
It is
None of it's his best work.
I went back and listened to it because I did think, well, we sped through it, trying to get that.
Maybe we're to wrong headspace, different vibes.
Right. So I got nice and relaxed. I was chilling out, and I was like, hey, you know what? I like singing Drake.
Yeah.
Tell me what's really going on.
Dance music.
Yeah, Drizzy back up in this thing. We ready? What's happening then? All right. Anyway, so I turned the album on. I actually gave it a shot. I listened to the first 3 songs all the way through, just like we did. And on the 4th song, I was like, this is still ass. And I just started skipping through everything. I was like, this sucks, man.
Well, it feels like it's the same song, kind of like restructured and sent out again, track for track for track.
Okay, so I agree. And apparently we are not the only ones because I got on... okay, first off, you got to remember I'm the old dude who doesn't do... I have TikTok. I've even made a TikTok video.
Yes.
But I don't pay a lot of attention to TikTok. I get lost in TikTok is why. Because I'll sit and look at videos for 10 minutes and realize it's been 3 weeks. I'm that guy. I'm like, oh my God, I've been on the toilet this whole time.
It happens, man, because I think it's like, 13-second little clip, and you're like, oh, that was funny.
Yeah, on to the next one. I got time for another one. And then you're like, my legs are numb because I've been on the toilet this whole time.
13 seconds adds up every time.
Yeah. So anyway, when I sit on the toilet and I just look at the TikTok, okay, and I'm like, I could do TikTok. Anyway, so I got on, it was on Reels, but because I'm an old person who learns about TikTok trends 2 weeks later on Reels.
On Instagram through Reels?
Yeah. But anyway, there was one that's like, listening to Drake's new album be like, and it was an audio clip from SpongeBob. And like, there's just some terrible EDM being played. It's like, doo 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 And that's all. It just repeats that same sound over and over again. I was like, yeah, that's close. That's pretty
this
close.
is what I was afraid we were going to get whenever we got the Mimi Drake with the turtleneck dancing in the music video.
Yeah.
Call me on my cell phone. Yeah, that's what I was expecting.
Yeah, Hotline Bling.
But it's not even that level.
No, it sucks, man. The whole thing is terrible.
I don't like it. Now, at the same time, on that same Friday, another album did get dropped that I think people should, definitely give a listen if you like old school hip hop, at least the way that 90s hip hop sounded. Because Logic released a new album called Vinyl Days.
I did listen,
and
to
he
that
made
too.
all of his own beats, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
He cleared a lot of samples. I mean, he must have cleared a lot of samples, but I mean, it was the beats themselves, the lyrics themselves. I understand what he's trying to say. He's like, I'm back to rapping again.
Yeah,
but the beats themselves, I got to say, that's like
the beats,
quality stuff.
Yeah, the of course, that's always been Logic's thing, though. Is his beats far outshine his bars.
I would agree to an extent, especially more modern, more recent. Although his No Pressure album, his last one, when he was saying "F rap music, I'm out."
Yeah.
If he had truly retired on it, would have been pretty legendary.
Yeah.
In itself, I like the album, but I think it kind of does diminish it now that he didn't actually stay gone.
Yeah. Well, he's like all the greats, though. You retire and then you come.
I mean,
back.
the Black Album's the same thing, though. It was a great Jay-Z album because he was retiring on the Black Album.
It was the death of Jay-Z, and it was the
dirt off his shoulder because he didn't need this anymore.
Yeah.
It was an encore.
Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah.
And then he came back.
But see, that was the whole thing. It was the death of Jay-Z and the birth of Sean Carter. The producer and the this and the that and the entrepreneur and maybe still the rapper Jay-Z. It's whatever. It's a rock.
I guess he needs to pay up to keep Kyrie or something because something's going on. Jay-Z's got to do something, but we'll talk about that on another show.
Yeah, Kyrie, bro. You want to talk about what grinds my gears? Kyrie Irving just what?
I want to go to L.A.
Yeah, I want to go somewhere else. Kyrie, look, man, look. Okay, I am not even trying to say Kyrie's trash. I know that this is more sports, but I'm talking about it, okay?
It grinds your gears.
Yeah, bro. Like, this dude wants his cake and to eat it too, bro. Like, he's I'm not against Kyrie. I actually think Kyrie's an excellent ball player. The problem is, if I own a team, I'm not ponying up money for him. You've played like 14 games in the past 3 seasons. Yeah. Get out of here with that.
I don't understand it. I understand that he has the option of taking more money with the current team or taking a pay cut, and the only team that was really interested was Los Angeles.
Well, now that's changed a little bit, though. There were 2 teams on his list. Now, Kyrie had 5 teams that he gave to the front office, like, hey, check into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're like, don't you know front office in Brooklyn's like, yeah, okay.
Miami's like, nope.
Yeah. Hey, Tyler, what do you think about Kyrie? We got Jimmy. We're good. We got Jimmy Buckets over here. We're all right,
Yeah, all these teams are a player away, and it's funny because that player's not Kyrie Irving.
Oh, God, I'm telling you. But the only other one that actually showed him any interest besides Los Angeles. Now, Los Angeles, if they take him, he's playing for like $6 million.
Yeah,
it's a huge
deal for them, but he's getting out of that contract, so maybe it's a win-win. But who knows?
True. But the only other one like they were going to get comparable with money was the Knicks.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, that's not even like...
That's a step down. I'll say it. That's a step down.
Like, okay, no, I agree. Because the Knicks are... Do they still play basketball? I mean,
when's the last time that they were relevant?
Patrick
Ewing? It would be like Jeremy Lin or something.
I was about to say, come on, Kristaps did all right while he was there. Kristaps and... well, that's gone too, and that's also annoying. Why are we on sports right now? What are we doing?
We got distracted because you were bitching about Kyrie.
Oh, yeah, man. Kyrie, screw that guy, man.
I could chop around this. Don't worry. If we need to get back on subject.
Go to work, Kyrie. Go to work. So tell me about it. Like, okay, so you've re-entered not only the workforce, because I'm in the workforce.
Yeah.
But, I'm still... fun-loving, man. I'm my own boss, we keep things alive.
Yeah.
You went back to corporate America.
I did.
Things aren't happy there.
No, never happy. There was, I don't want to get into any type of a specifics or anything,
Sure.
but there was drama today. So,
what? That's dope, man.
Yeah, so
like, okay, but is it like
It's like Mari.
it's like Maury? God.
I'll tell you off mic.
Okay,
But I'm just saying that it's the current environment is a little bit different than what I'm used to as far as corporate America
yeah, because
goes.
you worked at super like buttoned up corporate America is where you came
more or
from.
less, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And this it is ran like structurally very, very, very tip top, like finest of security, all of that. I
Really?
get all that. It's fine.
Sure.
It's some of the extracurricular activity that happens outside the campus is a little bit interesting.
Stephanie. It's Stephanie, isn't it? It's always a Stephanie.
I don't know the name, and it's honestly it was just interesting to see some people having altercation in such a public way. And
Oh, Chad and Stephanie. Had to be a Chad and a Stephanie. Those are the only two who will
quit
fight.
throwing
in
out names. Chad and Stephanie.
Those are the only two names that will fight in public.
I'm gonna laugh when you get it.
Be like, first time, long time. This is Chad, and I'm here to say, be like, get out of here. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's a shell shock, that's for sure, going right back. But
Sure.
it's different. I mean, that's been the whole thing is I needed to take the time away to explore myself, to find more about myself, where my goals were, where my ambitions are, where things lie. And more or less, they're still where they were at the time that I had left, which is good because it helps me put everything into perspective for where it should be.
Right.
This is a job. It's a job that I'm going to do, give it my damnedest the whole time that I'm
Sure.
there.
Yeah.
Fullest of my
Like you're
effort.
supposed to.
Yes. But outside of that environment, I'm done. I am not their employee. Nothing that has to do that company does or anything that happens has to affect me outside of that place, which they feel the same exact way about me. So I really like that.
Well, that's
So
cool.
That's refreshing.
So, I mean, they
There's
view
a separation
you
of
as
church and state now.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting that. So basically, they look at you and they're like, "Hey, this is a person."
Well, they look at you and they say, "These are the rules. Don't break these rules, or we will fire you."
That's fair.
That's really about all.
I mean,
that's all it is.
essentially, that is saying, "Hey, look, you're a person. Be a person."
It's like save
Just
that drama.
follow the-
Save that drama for the door.
Yeah.
It's just fortunately or unfortunately today somebody literally did it at the front door. So
Hey, have you heard the song by Jack Harlow and G-Eazy called Moana?
I have.
Yeah, man. You start every time now when you walk past Chad and Stephanie, start playing it like, "I don't want to hear about no drama." I mean, that's how it starts. It's a great
Well,
song. Anyway,
Again, I'm not going into specifics about anything, neither here nor there. But
Right.
I don't think there's going to be any more drama because I'm not sure if they both still be around.
that's right, Chad.
Because it
Got your number now.
That's one thing I've said. Like this company don't play. They
Yeah.
don't play. Like
Really?
they mind their P's and Q's, and they tell you that they'll get rid of you for something. They'll get rid of you for something.
Hell yeah.
Don't test them.
Well, I mean, I don't think that's a bad thing.
No.
I'd say
Honestly, the bad thing is there's not a lot of people that can stand cubicle life. There's not a lot of people that can stand being in an office setting for that many straight hours without any
Yeah.
type of a real break,
Yeah.
So it takes a certain type of adaptation to be able to handle that.
Yeah, I would not fare well.
Yeah.
I would be like chewing on cardboard or something. I don't know
Honestly,
why they would be
this
cardboard.
environment's going to be a lot more strict and stringent than previous ones I've been at. Surprisingly, you get more freedoms from other corporate environments
Really?
than you would this particular one.
Really?
Yeah, this is under lock and key. This is everything's a fireable offense. Don't test it.
Wow.
Yeah, so if we're paying you to do a job, we expect you to do the job.
Well, I mean, that's
As an employee from an employer, that's all you really ask.
yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I,
but coming from a place where you were, like, you had so much responsibility at your last
yes.
job.
It's gone. That's
Yeah,
the difference.
that's the whole thing. Is like follow the rules or get fired.
Yeah.
I can do that.
And I just
I'll
keep
follow the rules, yeah.
working hard,
Yeah.
And if I want more responsibility, the money comes with the more responsibility.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Are,
But-
are you making enough money right now to where no responsibility is acceptable? Like, I don't want to ask you specifics.
No, not necessarily, but it has to go back to the. I'll have to rethink everything when I get more adapt to
Right.
everything. Through the
Reevaluate,
training.
yeah.
Reevaluate the situation and see how I feel then.
Right.
If I want to keep pushing forward or how I want to handle it.
Yeah, I got you.
But yeah, right now, no, it's my official job title is contractor on paperwork. So
I've been one
that's
of
the way
those.
that's the way I treat it.
Yeah, man.
That's the way I treat it as contractor. So it's fair enough. Work is work. I do the work that they ask me to do. I keep all disclosure agreements and everything inside. So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah, man. Like I said, that sounds good enough to me. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
here's
just-
the deal. You're not going, I hate it. So therefore, it's got to be okay.
No, even the drama, hell, it's entertaining. It's just,
man.
it's been a while since I've been in the thick of the drama with amongst other people.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, well, you've been living like a hermit at your house.
Well, that,
Yeah.
and I've also been in upper or middle management, not upper,
Sure.
but I've been in middle management, so I'm not necessarily out there in that area
the
dealing with
peasants.
that. That in itself is now a little bit different because I'm back in the workforce. You know,
Right.
I'm not just in management; I'm in workforce.
Right. That's right. He ain't a company man anymore. He's joined the union.
Yeah, I got to push buttons.
That's right. Push
I
buttons.
don't just sit back and take it easy.
That's right. We push buttons all day. I will say this, man. I have been working very hard.
You look tired.
I am
You
tired.
look drained.
I am trying.
Last time I saw you, you looked tired, but you looked enthused because you've been sitting out in a pool.
Yeah, yeah.
What happened
man.
since then?
Well, I mean, I sat in the pool last night, but like today, the heat hadn't even been as bad.
Past 2 days, haven't?
Yeah, it's been
coming back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't worry about it. It's making a strong comeback for the weekend.
Yeah.
But no, man, like, it's not like I'm having bad days or anything like that. It's just like my job, is kicking me in the teeth all the time. I get a call from a customer. Hey, have you ever built, insert something that a metal fabricator would never build? Like, man, do you make fiberglass prosthetics, like prosthetic limbs? What? Why would you think that I do that? Why would you call me with that? And I just remembered what it was that irritated me this morning.
And we're back.
Yes, but it's good. We're not going to take a step back. It can play into this, okay? Because that was what it was. I had a phone call yesterday that irritated. Just trying not to swear. It irritated me. I'll just put it like that. I got a call, and I can't begin to tell you what this person was asking if I could make for them. They were describing it, and to what my brain would only illustrate for my mind's eye was a wooden wagon wheel. That is what my brain kept coming up with when they kept, no, I mean, like it's round, and it's going to have these, like, coming from a center point out to the very edges, and anyway, blah, 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 blah. So they keep talking about this. I was like, right, like a wheel? No.
Is it like a design thing what they're wanting to look like?
Yeah.
But they don't want it to look like a wheel, even though they're
Right,
describing
yeah,
a wheel.
yeah. I want it to be round, okay? Like I want it to be round.
I
Like-
wanted to have a spoke pattern on it, not too wheelish.
but not like a wheel. That's exactly what it was. So, like, I was like, what is it?
you know the way them cars have those rims and they got spinners?
Yeah.
You know the way that looks?
Yeah.
But not a wheel. Just like that, but
Oh, okay, so I'm gonna make like a designed discus. Yeah.
it's round, yeah.
I'm like, all right, and then I'm gonna cut out this design in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's gonna look like spokes. Yep. It's like, yep, that's what it'll look like, but not that. I'm like, all right. So I shoot him a picture. No, that ain't it. It's like, oh God. Okay. I was like, well, look, man, what are you planning on doing with it? And he tells me, and I was like,
It's a wagon wheel.
that's what it was. It was a wagon wheel. He wanted me to make him a wagon wheel. But here's the kicker, okay? The name of my business, if you did not know, is Hobbs Ironworks, okay? I am a steel fabricator. That's what I do. I build railings. I build stairs. I build whatever you want out of metal.
Out
I
of
do.
metal.
Yeah.
Ironworks.
So, Mr. It's a wheel but not a wheel. But I was hoping you could make it out of like wood. I was like, what are you doing calling me? Get out of here. I told him, I was like, Yeah. So
No.
see, you're not
Now there's
understanding
this
me.
thing, and you're going to tell me it's Fabergé egg, but I'm telling you right now, it ain't no egg.
Yeah. I'm like, that is a gold encrusted egg with jewels. Yep. That's a Fabergé egg. No, it ain't. You know,
Nope.
that's pretty much what I was dealing with. So finally, I just go, I don't have a clue. Look, man, I can't help you. He's like, I thought you said you can build anything I wanted. I was like, yeah,
Out of metal.
out of metal. Well, you make it out of metal. I was like, no, I don't think I'm the guy, bro. I just don't think I'm the guy to help you. But anyway, so
While also giving yourself a pay raise.
yes, yeah, but I can't justify it. I don't know. I'm like the boss keeps telling me like in the mirror, I'm talking to myself. I'm like, yeah, you could do this, and like the inside's like, nah, you really shouldn't. I'm like, this isn't going to work at all.
You could go bankrupt. You do that.
I'm like, bankrupt? That you mean hit the reset button? Let's do it. That's another thing. Let's talk about that for a minute because I happen to know a guy
Oh, my God.
who has filed bankruptcy like 126 times, and by that I mean like 4 times.
Okay.
Okay. Like, and now I'm being legitimate. He's filed Title 11, Title 30, whatever it is.
Whichever ones you can legally file
Yeah.
within a certain time period.
Yes.
There's overlapping time.
This bro.
Is he just bad with money?
No, he's a swindler. And he's a cop.
Oh, my God.
Bro, I'm just going to say, like, I don't know how he does it.
I declare bankruptcy. Like Michael Scott.
Yeah, you can't just, like, I declare
He
bankruptcy.
just walked outside his office. I declare bankruptcy.
I don't know. That I don't even know. I guess that, I mean, it does irritate me because he has nicer things than me because
He's able to do these legal loopholes.
yes, he's like, yeah, I bought me a truck and a boat and a fifth wheel and a new house and 426 acres. And then what's he do? He gets in a hole, right? And
Yeah.
and he goes, well, I don't need that, or that. Files bankruptcy on him, takes a couple things with him, and goes somewhere
Because
else.
they legally let you keep a few items.
Yes.
Because they can't take it all.
Yeah,
So
and
he gets
so-
a pick of the litter of all the
Yeah.
nice that he has.
Yeah, man, like this big old 1-ton Dodge he drives around with this big ass fifth wheel on the back of it that's bigger than my house. It's just ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm
I
sorry.
declare bankruptcy.
I declare bankruptcy.
It's only that word that easy.
Yeah, but it's not. So they say. He makes it look pretty easy. Don't at me. Unless you got some legal advice on this, then maybe get at me. I got 2 subjects, okay? Both of them centering around the magical world of cinema.
Nice.
Okay, so I just want to know your top 4, okay? We're going to play Foursquare with it real quick.
Okay.
Top 4 movie villains.
Villains?
What's up?
Gosh.
I'll go first if you
All right,
need
go-
a couple
go-
minutes. Okay?
Yeah, give me a second.
All right. So in no particular order. Okay, no particular order here because I can't rate them. Rank them. Yes. But I would say Heath Ledger's Joker is in my top 4 movie villains.
Okay.
I would say that honestly, and this is going to sound silly, but I will explain it if need be.
Okay.
Glenn Close's Cruella de Vil.
Oh, yeah, she's a
Yeah, I mean that
movie with
Bro!
dogs. She was the biggest.
And she's talking about killing dogs to make a coat.
Yeah.
That's the most evil thing I can think of.
Yeah, Emma Stone's Cruella does nothing for that character.
No,
that Glenn
Emma
Close-
Stone's Cruella was so
Soft.
weird.
Soft. SAWFT.
Soft, bro. Yeah, it was because it's like, I am fashion. I'm like, what? Are you trying to skin dogs? And she's like, nah. And I'm like, nah, you ain't the same, bro. Fine. Sean Bean's Alec Trevelyan.
Nice. GoldenEye.
From GoldenEye. Very nice. I'm glad you got that. Great villain. Let's just go ahead and say Sean Bean across the board.
Okay.
Great villain. He was great in the, we'll talk about this in a minute too, but he was great in the movie The Hitcher, which was a remake. Anyway, number 4. Who would I make as number 4? What's an obvious one I'm missing?
Darth Vader.
But see, okay, that's something we should save for like an unpopular opinions. I am not a Star Wars guy.
But Darth Vader's a pretty badass villain.
Yeah, he is. I mean,
He's murdered everybody.
yeah, it's true. He killed a lot of people.
He killed a lot.
Yeah.
But I was gonna go Heath Ledger, like you did.
Yeah.
I was gonna go. What's the name of the Regina, the in Mean Girls? I think she's pretty good. Pretty good.
That's good. I like that.
I was gonna go. One of them that you named. What was it?
Cruella.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't Cruella. That's right. It was another Disney villain. I was gonna go Jafar or no Scar. Scar. I was gonna go Scar
yeah.
because he killed his brother.
Oh yeah,
On
it's cold,
screen.
bro. On screen. Everyone was watching.
Yeah.
He's like, "Long live the king!" Throws him off. It was crazy.
And then I think I was hitting a wall like you were. So
Yeah, that's kind of tough. I'm gonna go ahead and say, okay, for my 4th, Jenny from Forrest Gump.
Oh yeah,
She's a villain. You will not
seen
convince
that,
me.
I've
she's
seen
not.
that argument. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a villain, bro.
Yeah, she gave him a clap and peaced out.
I think she gave him AIDS. Like,
Yeah.
like not even one, full blown, all of them, AIDS,
Yeah,
multiples.
that poor kid.
Yeah, man. Haley Joel Osment was born with AIDS because of that. Okay,
Dirty
first
hippie.
off, that's probably
Well,
not
there's
fair.
the title of the episode. Haley Joel Osment has AIDS.
Damn it! Oh man, don't you know that someone's gonna be listening to this stupid show and be like, I didn't even know Haley Joel Osment had AIDS.
It's trending. We go home. It's trending on Twitter.
You got Forrest Gump like, okay, Jenny, I'll take care of the
just,
AIDS, baby.
It just says "Rip the Sixth Sense." It's trending for no reason on Twitter tonight.
Oh, that's good, man. That's good. Hey, so Jenny is
Number 1.
Yeah, that's a big time villain right there. She just gave Forrest AIDS and kept leaving him. Anyway, so yeah, you got a 4th? Jenny from Forrest Gump
Jenny
wins.
from Forrest Gump
All right.
wins. I can't top it.
Okay, so the other thing with the cinema I wanted to talk about was actually a little more, not really serious because we don't take
When are we
anything
ever
too
serious?
yeah. So we don't take anything too serious. Movie reboots. You know, we live in an age where you hear a lot of people, like I've heard this a lot. I say I've heard it a lot. It's like, I can't think of nothing new, so now they're just redoing all the old stuff.
Yeah, you heard it whenever Starsky and Hutch and Dukes of Hazzard,
Yeah,
and all of these
sure.
movies that were being series that were rebooting as comedies, but they were just still trying to reboot something
Yeah.
just to make a cash grab.
Yeah.
because you could put
And it worked.
you could insert famous celebrity here and here as the 2 leads, insert hot female lead third, boom, just repackage whatever
Yeah,
was a
man.
hit show in the 70s.
Yeah, because Dukes of Hazzard, Jessica Simpson was a smoke show back then. Like I don't know what she looks like now. I assume she probably still is.
People age. but who
Sure,
knows?
yeah. I mean, look at me. I've looked 40 since I was like 19. So
So you're looking great.
yeah, I look awesome. I got that Benjamin Button. Anyway, so great movie reboots. This isn't really even about like what's your all time, what's the best, what
Yeah, just we for the discussion. here.
yeah,
We can
yeah.
Talk
So
about
like,
some good ones.
yeah, which ones? Well, like, what do you like? For me personally, I was a big fan of the 2015 and 2017 reboot of It and It Chapter 2.
Now that is a bit of a controversial take on it because
Sure.
some people do take Tim Curry's version,
Yeah.
hold it near and dear,
Yeah.
and they don't like all of this
Bro,
newfangled
yeah.
stuff in their
Yeah.
horror. But no, I agree with you. I thought the first one, I've seen parts of the second one, but honestly, once you see CGI I start putting it in the category of a slasher film to me, where it takes me out of reality. You know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I like the psychological damaging parts of the first one, where you don't know, you just see
Yeah.
this creepy clown
That just keeps
just
popping
keeps
up
popping
everywhere.
up, trying to get this little boy.
Yeah. Just, hey, you want to come in the sewer? And I'm
I
like,
do
what?
think the casting. Oh gosh, I can't remember who plays the adult male lead in the second film.
Oh, I do. It's James McAvoy.
Yeah,
And he
yes.
is
And he does a
fantastic in
great
just
job.
about
And that-
everything he's in.
What was in? Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
but the child actor did such a remarkable job, but he just picked it up, and you can
Well,
believe it's the same.
You can. And,
same
and it
timeline.
was, and it was the same thing with like Jessica Chastain the female lead in chapter 2, and it was the same thing. I mean, all of them did a really good job. Bill Hader.
Yeah, Bill Hader. That's another one who did a great job.
He did a really great job. The whole thing in general to me, I am with you. Is that it's such a different movie. I mean, obviously the story's the same, but it's such a different movie.
It's like they took it more serious.
Yeah, it really is because, like, you know, in the 80s when they did. It was the 80s or was it the early 90s?
88 or
yeah, it's late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, it's in that time period. Though,
Yeah.
where we would have been traumatized by it as children.
I was traumatized by it.
Why you don't like clowns to this day?
No, I can't stand them.
Couldn't even mess with ICP back in the day.
No, man. I mean, I was a typical white teenager, so I might have had.
You might have had an ICP phase.
Yeah, it wasn't a very long one, and like I wasn't like a juggalo, but
A couple other tracks.
yeah, you know, I had like homies and
Gotcha.
the Boogeyman. Whatever.
See, the only
you know.
one that ever really stuck with me, I've heard so much of it because I had a little brother who was a juggalo.
Yeah.
So I've heard so much of it. The only one that ever stuck with me was the dating game, and the reason stuck with me is because it was like a storyline, like there's a narrative behind it, and it's awful.
A vulgar, vile skit that is
Yes.
being played out in freestyle form.
Yes.
No, man, they put Fago on the map.
I was one of the ones who was an Eminem supporter, so whenever he went after ICP, it's like, man, it's like he thinks like I think.
Yeah, yeah, like that. I'm with you. ICP, that was a waste. Anyway,
They have rebounded with one thing in my heart that I did happen to stumble across. They have it's either a web series or it was a television series. I can't recall, but you know, Mystery Science 3000.
Yeah.
But ICP does it,
Oh, really?
and it's hysterical. Them watching old films it was music videos. That's what it
Yeah.
was. They watch music videos and then do commentary over it, but it's so funny because those two guys really are funny.
Yeah.
I mean, they go in the full bit with the makeup and
Sure,
everything,
yeah.
but it's funny. Their jokes are funny.
Yeah.
Which that was always the part about
Yeah, I
the
would say
rap.
that-
is-
yeah,
the
is
best
that
part was a
it-
joke.
Yeah, it was never.
They're clowns.
Yeah, they're literally clowns. So, you know.
But yeah, no, I completely get it. I was traumatized by clowns as a result of the original It, so I did hesitantly watch the remake because I'm like, why am I doing this to myself again? But I can appreciate how well written it is.
Yeah, and like you said, it moved it more into the slasher horror.
They probably honestly got more of what Stephen King was going for with his novel than they were able to do with the television
Yeah, I agree.
movie.
I
It's
agree.
made-for-TV movie.
That was like 426 days long.
Yeah.
Like, I think once you actually
watch it over the course of 2 weeks,
you
every
had
night
to
on prime
bro.
time.
Yeah, it's like it'll play 1 hour a night, and it was I don't know. I think it was like a 3-hour movie, but when you play it on TV, it takes 6 hours.
Those commercials.
Yeah. Speaking of commercials, anybody want to pay us to like plug your stuff? Golly, I'll yell at people to shave their nether regions.
Is that Netherlands?
The Netherlands?
They'll shave the Netherlands
Yeah, throw a hashtag on it. Hashtag shave the Netherlands.
right next to Rip Haley Joel Osment.
Well, he might be in the Netherlands. We don't know. Over there spreading his
Janae.
Jedi all over the place. Oh God. I mean, we haven't been canceled yet, so I don't know. I mean, maybe they're not listening to us.
They're definitely not listening to us.
Just like the rest of
Okay. So
Back on subject
We
here.
can, shift it back here. You said other remakes, so the only ones that I can ever think of don't seem like they get better when they remake it.
Right.
That seems to be the problem. Is it's always worse. Like Walking Tall was worse than the series.
Yeah,
The
okay.
Dukes of Hazzard was worse than the series.
Yeah, I
Starsky
agree.
and Hutch was worse than the series.
Okay, but let's talk about good ones though. Okay, so I had mentioned it earlier. Sean Penn. No,
The
Sean
Untouchables?
Bean. No, that's Sean Connery. There's many Seans being discussed right now. Sean
pretty good
Bean
remake.
was. They remade the movie The Hitcher, which is also a horror movie. It's a
Okay.
slasher movie. It's about a hitchhiker. Young couple picks him up.
When was the original one made?
Yep, sure was.
All right, I'll do the research.
I mean, I've got a phone. I can Google it.
Well, I got IMDb on my phone. Like
Oh,
the
well,
app,
then
so.
you do it.
So, what's the
Hitcher.
not Witcher. That's a different thing.
That's Henry Cavill. And he's fantastic in that.
1986.
Okay, 1986, The Hitcher.
C. Thomas Howell.
Yes, that is correct. So, and like the movie is, besides being brought up into like modern technology, I say that I think it came out like 20 years after the original. I think it was like 2006. But Sean Bean is the part of this murderous hitchhiker, and it's intense. It's a pretty intense movie, like because it is kind of a
slasher film. You're right. He's gonna get the kill count. You already know that going in.
But that's the whole thing. Like, it's not based on it's not a true slasher because it's not kill count, kill. It is psychological because he's off some people.
Yeah.
But like when the people pick him up, they don't know that. And I'll never forget a line from the movie that actually freaked me out. Sean Bean gets in the car with this young man who's driving. His girlfriend's in the back, and he's kind of doing the creepy guy, eyeing the girl in the back seat. And he's like, he asks, we'll call it an inappropriate question of how long they have been, we'll call it together. Mm-hmm. And he's wearing a wedding ring. So the young man looks at him and says, well, how long have you been together with your wife? Sean Bean replies, I'm not married. He says, what's with the ring? He says, I wear it so people will think I can be trusted. He says, well, can't you? And he pulls the ring off and he goes, no. And then chaos ensues. And it was just awesome.
Wow.
It freaked me out. So that was another good one.
True Grit.
True Grit.
That one's controversial. Now, I know the new one won Academy Awards. The new one was a lot closer to the source material because I've read it multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
But some people love that John Wayne.
Fill your hands, you son. I mean, it's not the same movie. Like, I know it's the same movie. I know it's the same storyline, whatever, but it's not the same movie. And the big thing was everyone was like, oh, Jeff Bridges isn't going to be able to be Rooster Cogburn. I was like, after I watched it, I was like, he did a lot better than John Wayne.
He did. I thought Jeff Bridges did a remarkable job.
That
but I'm a big fan of the Lebowski. So
yeah, I say, man, the dude abides, okay? But yeah, Jeff Bridges did great in that movie. And I thought the remake was fantastic. I love the original because I like John Wayne. I like
John Wayne movies. Yeah, that's the difference. I like Western movies, but I like the style like a spaghetti Western movie.
Yeah,
as
sure.
opposed
Like
to
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And
in any of the Clint Eastwood series are great.
Yeah, man.
Here's another one that's popular, The Departed. It's technically a remake.
Yes, it is. What's the original called? I know it's not The Departed. It's...
Let me click on it. You would ask a follow-up question.
Yeah, well, because I actually knew that. The Departed. The Departed, that was a great movie, man. It really was a good movie.
It tried to make me sign into something. Hold on. Who's the people now?
Yeah. Oh, hold on a second. Let me look at the screen on my typewriter, and we'll see.
It is a remake of the 2002 Hong Kong film Infernal Affairs and loosely based on the real-life Boston Winter Gang.
Yeah. Okay, so it was the Internal Affairs?
Internal Affairs, which is a Hong Kong film, so it's a foreign film.
Which is weird.
Seen?
No, I have not seen it. I knew that it was a remake off of that movie.
You know what? I think I have seen this. I feel like I've seen it because you remember when Spike TV was a thing,
of course,
and they would play these old like crappy action films from like the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Well, I think they got to like 2000 before they like quit making them. So,
yeah. Dope.
I think I may have seen it before. I don't know. Maybe not. They're all the same.
But
The Departed was great.
The Departed was great. What's another really good? Okay, The Untouchables. We talked about The Untouchables.
That one's famous because didn't The Untouchables win an award too?
Oh,
The Departed did.
Oh, yeah. The Untouchables, that was it lived up to his name. It was Untouchable, man. It was great. And he had Sean Connery in it. And he was like... Sorry. I actually have a friend of mine who's Scottish, and he does listen to the show. So he's going to be pissed. He's going to be like, that is not... Of course, he'll be like, that's not how we sound.
Oh, my God.
And I'll be like, it kind of is. He'll be like, no, it's not. But anyway, so you had Sean Connery on there telling everyone, he's like, if they send one of ours to the hospital, we send one of theirs to the morgue. It's the Chicago way. It's the only way you get Capone. And I'm like, how do you know about the Chicago way? Where are you from? He's like, well, I was raised here in Chicago, but I was born in southern Mississippi. I was like, you're lying. You're a liar, sir.
You are a liar, Mr. Connery.
Yeah.
Dawn of the Dead is a remake.
The Zack Snyder remake, I don't think there's any question in the world what was better. The remake because of technology.
Oh, yeah.
That and Zack Snyder knows how to make a really
exciting movie.
Yeah, a really intense movie, and I love that movie.
This is
Mekhi Phifer, Ving Rhames, come on.
This is one you're going to have to pull my man card for actually having witnessed both of them. But A Star is Born. I've watched the original film.
I love that movie.
And
Get
the
outta
new
here.
one.
Yeah.
They're both great. They're both great.
I would say pull mine with you. I love that.
Yeah, that's great.
I just, like, in the... See, I had never seen the original whenever I watched the one with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper.
You did your due diligence and
Yeah, I decided
double
I
back,
was
yeah.
like, oh, let me check this out.
Yeah. They're
Bro.
very different.
But yeah. Like, it's not the... I mean...
It's the same story, but it's not.
But it's... Yeah, but
because
it's not.
you got different actresses portraying different characters in different ways.
Yeah, man. But, like, I'm telling you, I almost gave up completely on that movie at the end. You know, when Bradley Cooper's final scene happens, because, like, little, you know, that was pretty uncomfortable. And I was like, golly, man, because, like, you see all the good that he's done trying to, you know, make amends and do better. And some sleazy jerk comes by and plants a little seed of doubt in his ear. And what's he do? Short drop and a sudden stop. And I was like, are you kidding me right now? It's like, you've done so well.
Yeah, this is the climax of the movie, Holmes.
Yeah, like, why? Don't you know the movie's almost over? All you have to do is hold on another 10 minutes. But alas, and you know what's even crazier? I saw Bradley Cooper accept an award for that movie. So it tells me he is not a method actor. That is a bad joke. I'm sorry. That's a bad joke. I'm sorry. That was a bad joke.
You want that one edited out?
I mean, I don't really care about that. Yeah, but it was a bad joke. So I do understand it was in poor taste.
Evil Dead. The remake of Evil Dead.
Bro, yeah,
It's a good
man.
one.
Because, like...
The original's a classic.
The original's a classic.
I've seen it in a bar in Tulsa many a time because it's always on, but...
Yeah, man, but, like... okay, like the original Evil Dead, and what was the second one? Army of Darkness?
Oh, God, you're gonna...
No, I think it was... Yeah,
Evil Dead 2?
Yeah, I think it's Evil Dead 2, and then there's like Army of Darkness or something like that. Or maybe Evil Dead 2 is Army of Darkness. I don't know. But either way, like, by the second one, it got super hokey, and it was like... But they were trying to. It was like, you know what? This didn't work out the way we thought it was going to, so let's just lean into it.
It's just Evil Dead 2.
Oh, okay. There might be a different movie all the way around.
There's Evil Dead The Rise, Evil Dead Trap, Evil Ash versus Evil Dead, and then there's a remake of Evil Dead, which was one we're talking about.
Right. Okay. So
The
I, of
remake
course,
was good.
Bro, the remake
creepy.
made me very uncomfortable.
It's creepy as...
Yeah, it is, bro. Like, okay, so I saw the original with, Bruce Campbell, right?
Yeah.
And it's Bruce Campbell. It doesn't matter how scary or whatever. You're still like, well, all right, well, this guy's here. I'm going to make it if he's making it. So if this guy's going to make it, I'll make it, But then they came... God, sorry. Oh, I have seen that abomination, Ash versus the Evil Dead. It's hilarious. You'll have to check it out sometime.
I will.
It's a television series.
There's so many. I can't believe I couldn't think of all these.
But anyway, on the remake of Evil Dead, dude, like, that movie was so uncomfortable. Like, there were so many scenes in it that made me cringe and made me go, like, oh, she's not going to lick a razor blade. Oh. You remember that, right? Yeah. That was the worst.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not...
I have no idea if it actually happened or not. I just saw the, as we would call it, foreshadowing. And I was like, nope, I'm not going to watch it. I'm just let me know. Let me check my phone real quick.
I think it's a little more graphic, but it's not as bad as
No, it's pretty bad,
pretty
bro.
bad.
It's pretty bad. And there's a lot of scenes in that I watched that I was like, that's pretty rough. Like whenever she first starts experiencing the possession, the vines. That's pretty rough, man. That was a pretty rough scene. horror remakes really do double down on that kind of stuff, though.
Horror remakes seem to be the ones that are getting it right.
There's
There's a lot of them in here that aren't, like Dredd, Judge Dredd and Dredd. One's a campy thing, and then the one's taken more serious.
Yeah.
Neither one of them are very good.
No, see, that's what I was about to say. Is like Judge Dredd was Stallone. You were like, okay, I know what I'm getting. I'm getting cliffhanger, but now it's in the future, and he's like a cop, a judge.
Yeah.
But then you had this new version of Dredd, which was like,
Carl Urban.
which I am a fan.
He's a great actor.
I better say,
And I like the character because I know the comic book Judge Dredd, and I understand what he is. He's judge, jury, and executioner. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
He's not only will he arrest your ass, he can also decide to try you and convict you.
Yeah,
and
right there on the
sentence you
spot.
right then and there.
Yeah, man, you're sentenced to death. Anyway, the remake, the overall like technology aspect of it, CGI,
Much better. Much better.
Yeah, the gore,
The lack of Rob Schneider. Much
the
better.
lack of Rob Schneider, excellent. Storyline still sucked.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I get it. You're judge, jury, and executioner.
And you're
Got it.
begrudgingly that.
Yeah, exactly. But we get it. You struggle with morals.
Yes, yeah.
All right. It was the same thing in the original, same thing in this one. There was another one. Oh, Total Recall.
Yeah. Colin Farrell and the original with Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, and I'll say this. Arnold wins it for me. The remake was awful. Wasn't Kate Beckinsale in that?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, she's in all those movies like that.
I don't know. This was at the point where I'd already given up on Colin Farrell till he brought it back around with his performance in this Batman movie.
Okay. You can always bet on a Guy Ritchie film, though. I know that this isn't a reboot, but this is a Colin Farrell thing. Watch The Gentleman. If you haven't seen it yet, watch The Gentleman.
I know what The Gentleman is. I haven't
it's
seen
got
it.
Charlie Hunnam. It's got Colin Farrell. It's got, oh my gosh, McConaughey.
Hey.
He's like,
All right.
Now, I moved to England. I'm like, why? Why would you do that? Because in Texas, you can't grow the same quality weed. And you're like, all right, well, I guess.
Fair point.
Yeah, I mean, that makes good sense to me. Thank you. Anyway, I pretty much just told you what the whole movie is right there. But it's Guy Ritchie, so it's like, heist and pow, 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 guns and stuff. And it's in England where you're not allowed to have guns, but everyone's got a gun.
Yeah.
It's weird. Anywho, so enough with Colin Farrell. Okay, so you said Batman. The question is,
I did.
which reboot? Now, I am going to give...
I'm going to go Batman Begins.
Okay. So, yeah. Okay. I would say because I was going to give the 1966 Batman. That is the OG.
Yeah.
With Adam West.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, technically there was a Batman even before that from like the 50s. But
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not gonna, the one that made Batman more commonly known like every day is Adam West's campy take on Batman from the
we must wear our underwear
hippy
outside
dippy.
of our
Yeah.
tights.
Hippy dippy. They break into a psychedelic dance break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was, that's cool, man.
It's very dated, but I mean, hey, it's a time.
Yeah. Hand me down the bat shark repellent.
And everything was literally just like they had the hairspray can.
Yeah, and it said bat shark repellent. And you just have it on hand right there in the helicopter at any given time. Oh, man, there's Barracuda. Anyway. So we'll end with this. Okay. What is your favorite Batman reboot? Are you still staying Batman Begins?
I really liked Pattinson, but there's not enough to know where he's going with that yet, so that's kind of where I'm not with that. I think that The Dark Knight's my favorite film from that franchise, but the fact that Christian Bale had to rebuild that backstory and the way that they developed the backstory with more feel than in the original, which lacked it, you just kind of jumped right on headfirst in.
Yeah.
And you had to be told the backstory in reverse for those that didn't already know it. And eventually there was kind of a tie-in with the animated series because that's where they originally drew inspiration from. But I would say Christian Bale rebooting Batman, getting a more serious take on it.
I agree wholeheartedly. Okay, because I actually am a big fan of the Michael Keaton Batman. Both of the Michael Keaton Batman movies I loved. The Val Kilmer Batman, like Batman Forever, I liked it, but like that's a stretch.
Still a tough watch sometimes.
Yeah, Cluntang, he's out. I mean, you got Schwarzenegger going like, chill, and you're like, I get it. It's a pun because you're Mr. Freeze.
Oh, their sets and their costumes were on point. I'll say that.
Yeah, I will say that because the Mr. Freeze costume that Schwarzenegger wore was dope.
That was cool.
Bane from that same
Look
movie
badass. Poison Ivy looked badass.
Yeah. Uma.
The bat costumes in that particular one.
They had nipples, bro.
Nipples and cod pieces was a bit much.
It's weird, man.
Yeah.
If I put on a shirt, I don't want holes cut out to where you can see my nipples.
I feel like
I don't
Kilmer
understand.
split the diff. He had the difference between too much and the rubber suit that Keaton had to wear. So.
Yeah, with no movement.
And now we've moved forward to where we're more into a combat looking.
Yeah,
gear,
man.
Where it feels more real. So
Pattinson's suit was pretty cool.
it was.
Christian Bale's suit was cool.
Christian Bale's suit felt like, if you knew the right guy that worked at the right tactical shop, you could put that
You
together.
could put that together. Yeah. All I need is those pointy-eared helmets.
And to be trained to the peak of, human perfection.
But how did Christian Bale get to the peak of human perfection? I'll tell you how. Liam Neeson. That's how.
That one's for you, Colby.
Yeah. Liam Neeson. I don't know if you could hear it, but there was some finger thumping on the desk. Okay, hey, I think we're pretty good shape, don't you? I mean, we had fun. We just kind of like kept it loosey goosey this time, but I had fun, didn't you?
Yeah, no, we covered a lot of the remakes,
Yeah,
and
man.
there's some wild ones out there.
Yeah, man. Thanks for sticking with us on another episode of the Hoot Hobbs Show. Meme Lord. Lord of the Memes. Lord of the Memes. I like that one. That's
I'll allow it.
Oh, okay, thank you. He has let it. Thank you, kind sir. I don't know, man. I'm on one today.
I'm gonna keep sharing them.
Yeah, man.
You don't like them, block them.
Yeah, block. Hey, just sit back and enjoy them, bruh. That's my favorite part of my day. My notifications explode, and I'm like, yay, BT got on Facebook. So, yeah, I mean, there's that.
Nice.
Anywho, so thanks for staying with us.
If nothing else, if you don't like the way that we sound, if you don't like the way that we look, follow the page for the memes because you won't find better ones.
Nah, dank memes, they melt steel beams, okay? On that note, from BT, from myself, Hoot Hobbs, we love you and we bid you good night.